Welcome back to Billy Goat Tales and our Motivational Mindset series. I'm Rich Smothers, also known as CryptoBilly, and today I want to share a story about a man named Alex who built a life that many would envy. Yet, he always seemed one step away from what the world calls ultimate success. It's a tale that reminds us how the choices we make shape not just our past, but the legacy we leave behind. So let's dive right in. Alex grew up in a quiet Midwestern town, the kind where neighbors know each other's names and weekends are filled with backyard barbecues and local events. From a young age, he had a knack for spotting opportunities. In his 20s, he started his first small business, a tech consulting firm that helped local shops go digital. It wasn't a blockbuster hit, but it paid the bills and gave him a taste of independence. Over the years, he opened a couple more ventures, one in online trading platforms, another in blockchain solutions for small enterprises. These weren't the kind of companies that made headlines on Wall Street, but they provided a comfortable life. Alex married his high school sweetheart, Sarah, and together they raised two kids, a boy who loved soccer and a girl with a passion for art. Life was steady for Alex. He drove a reliable SUV, not a luxury sport car. Their home was cozy, nestled in the same community where he played as a child. Weekends weren't about jet setting, they were about coaching his son's team or volunteering at the annual town fair. Alex served on city council where he fought for better parks and community programs. It wasn't glamorous work, but it gave him a sense of purpose, knowing he was giving back to the place that helped shape him. And on Sundays, he'd gather with the friends and family at the local church, finding quiet strength in those shared moments of reflection and connection. But here's where things get interesting. Opportunities started knocking, big ones. First, there was the offer from a major tech firm out on the West Coast. They wanted Alex as their CEO. The salary, well, it was life-changing. Stock options that could set his family up for generations. It was the kind of role that would put him in the boardrooms with industry titans, shaping the future of digital finance. Alex spent nights poring over the details, imagining the possibilities. But the catch? It required relocating the family across the country, uprooting the kids from their schools, Sarah from her job at the community center, and leaving behind the network of friends who become like extended family members. He pictured his son missing out on those soccer games with lifelong buddies, his daughter losing her spot in the art club that she even helped start. In the end, Alex said no. He chose the rhythm of his everyday life over the allure of a new horizon. Not long after, another door opened. A family-owned company in the crypto space, one that his cousins and uncles had built from the ground up. They approached him. They were struggling, buried in inefficiencies, and they saw Alex as the turnaround guy. "Come be our CEO," they said. "Turn this ship around." The potential was enormous. Scaling it could mean massive profits, the kind that buys yachts and private islands. Alex knew he could do it. He'd seen the flaws in their operation from afar. But to make it truly profitable, he'd have to make tough calls, streamlining departments, cutting redundant positions. And too many of those positions were held by his own relatives, people who supported him through thick and thin, who showed up for birthdays and holidays without fail. Firing them, it would fracture family ties, sow resentment at any of the gatherings, and leave scars that money could not heal. Again, Alex declined. He walked away, content with his modest success rather than risking the bonds that mattered the most. Years passed, and Alex watched as others in his field hit those grand slams. Friends from his early business days sold their startups for billions, splashed across crypto news feeds as overnight Mongols of success. He'd get the occasional call or email, "Alex, you could have been part of this." But he never regretted his choice. Instead, he doubled down on what he had. He persisted in his council work, pushing through initiatives that revitalized the town's economy, creating jobs that kept families together. He took action in small ways, mentoring young entrepreneurs at the local incubator, sharing habits he'd learned for building emotional resilience in volatile markets. And through it all, he held on to a quiet faith that his path was unfolding as it should. He believed that true wealth wasn't measured in bank balances, but in the love and the honor reflected in his family and his community's eyes. One evening, as Alex sat on his porch watching his kids play in the yard, now teenagers with their own dreams, he felt a profound sense of peace. The sun was setting over the familiar skyline, and Sarah joined him with a cup of coffee. "We've got a good life," she said simply. And he knew she was right. Those turned down opportunities, well, they weren't missed chances. They were deliberate steps towards something deeper. Alex realized that chasing the next big thing often blinds us to the riches already in our grasp. The rare joy of a stable home, the persistence required to nurture relationships, the emotional intelligence to prioritize what truly lasts. So, as we wrap this story up from Motivational Mindset series, take a moment to look around in your own life. Count the blessings in your own life, the people, the places, the quiet victories. Keep moving forward with persistence, honor your commitments, and trust that your breakthrough, whatever form it takes, is on its way. If this resonated with you, hit that like button for me, subscribe for more tales that can inspire you. Thank you for tuning in to Billy Goat Tales. We'll see you next time.